You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Right now it's 7. Samantha Walker shares with us how one area of business is managing the Christmas candy craze this time of year.
Also, the concept of regifting is gaining more acceptance. We'll hear from a few four-staters on their thoughts on the idea.
And it is raining out there across the southern half of our viewing area this morning. We'll talk about how long this rain lasts and what the rest of our Christmas Eve day is looking like coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. I'm Elise Snowy.
I'm Chris Warner. It is just after 7 a.m. Coming up on 7:01 actually on this Christmas Eve morning.
Yes. How about that?
Here we are. Yeah, I mean, it's been a wild year. A very wild year, it seems.
But it's gone by so fast,
it
feels
really,
like.
I think because it's been so crazy, it's been all over the place, and so we've been all over the place. But still a lot of cool holiday things going on around the area today and tomorrow and probably through the end of the year.
Yeah, and some traditions as well. Matter of fact, the holiday season brings cherished family traditions, many of which revolve around sweets. Now, according to the National Confectioners Association, more than 90% of Americans will celebrate with chocolate and candy.
I celebrate all year round with chocolate and candy. Well, KOAM's Samantha Walker visited a local business in Webb City as they manage the Christmas candy craze.
We love this.
We love it.
We love this. This is bad Grammy time.
Yes.
So then we get to send them home.
Each Christmas, Jane Danley enjoys a special tradition with her grandchildren she looks forward to every year.
This is our annual candy run. We take all the grandkids that we have here and we go to different candy stores around Joplin and Webb City area, and they get to pick out some candy.
The family visits half a dozen candy stores across the area. One of their yearly stops is Spencer's Sweet Call to buy some homemade candy canes.
This building is especially known for candy canes, and they've probably made enough from here to make it to the moon.
The store owner says the holiday season is an important one, with a quarter of their yearly sales taking place in November and December.
It's a lot of prep work.
From candy canes to chocolate Santas and snowmen, candy stores like Spencer's Sweet Call are ready to try and make the holiday season extra sweet.
We have once a year customers that come back year after year. We have people that are still finding us. We have people that come all year, and then especially they come at this time of year.
For many families, candy at Christmas is more about tradition than what's going into stockings.
During Christmas time, I think it's more of a gift. Tradition, yeah. Our grandma's always bought the ribbon candy and the candy canes for us, so it's a special memory.
And for small business owners, they say it's meaningful to see their products become part of a Christmas tradition.
There's a certain look that people get in their eyes when they have something that they really like. Their eyes light up, and that's what makes it all worthwhile.
Just hopefully they'll remember it.
It's sweet.
Yes, literally, it's sweet.
Reporting in Webb City, Samantha Walker, KOAM News.
According to the National Confectioners Association, consumers are expected to spend more than $7 billion on sweet treats this holiday season.
It depends. You can spend $7 billion pretty quickly on candy these days, especially Halloween, too. I mean, think of how much candy we buy then. You can re-gift the Halloween candy. There's so much of it, you could re-gift that. That's accepted.
If you have any Halloween
expired
candy left over and you haven't eaten it already, I don't even know what to tell you. I went through all that stuff so fast.
I know. I tried to myself. So did the kids. But something that you're not going to want to go through too fast is wet roadways, because you can lose control. They get slick out there, and wet roadways is what most of our area has to start the day, and we can see them from downtown Pittsburgh. See, take a look. That's water on the road. Thankfully, it's not ice. Could be worse. It could be ice, and thankfully that is not the case. It is shiny because it is wet, and we've got rain showers continuing across the area. MoDOT camera 20th and Range Line also showing some rain Sorry, you ever lose your train of thought? You're in the middle of a sentence and suddenly your brain shuts off. Mine does that all the time. But we do have the rain falling, and Skywatch Storm Tracker continuing to show where we've got that rain. Not as much of it out there now as there was even just a couple of hours ago, but nonetheless, still some rain. Heavier showers, though, still down to our south around the Fort Smith area. Future track showing where that rain is going to begin to exit the area this afternoon from west to east. And as it does so, could even get some brief clearing in our far northwestern counties before the clouds retreat this evening and overnight and cloud us all back up again. But we should be dry overnight tonight. Right now, we are sitting at 48 in Joplin, 45 in Pittsburgh. You can see rain in both of those shots. Cooler zone right along the Highway 54 corridor where we've got, wow, look, Iola now has fallen down to 38. We got low 40s up there, and then as you head further south, a bit warmer, mid and upper 40s. We're looking at highs today, upper 40s, low 50s. Rain starting to wrap up by this afternoon. Mostly cloudy skies initially. Clouds return. We are cloudy and possibly even dealing with some patchy fog tonight as well. We will take a full look at your forecast, talk about your travel forecast and how Christmas Day is shaping up here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, Chris, thanks. Authorities have a suspect in custody after a standoff yesterday in Joplin. Now, Joplin police were working off of information that a wanted person was inside a home in the Fairview neighborhood. Around 2 yesterday afternoon, they surrounded the home and asked neighbors to stay indoors. About an hour later, SWAT arrived and started calling for a suspect to come outside. Authorities say they deployed a robot, and KOAM Shannon Becker saw a drone above the home. After gas was deployed into the home, a woman came out of the house late yesterday afternoon. Then yesterday evening, authorities continued to use gas until a suspect came out. The police say his name is Timothy Adams. He was wanted on felony warrants in Barton and Jasper County and also felony probation and parole warrant. A single vehicle crash claims the life of a Pittsburgh high school senior. The crash happened yesterday evening on South Rouse near Adams Street. According to Pittsburgh Fire Department, the vehicle driven by 17-year-old Nathan Brown was traveling north when it left the roadway and struck a tree, catching on fire. The fire crews were first on the scene and confirmed that Nathan was entrapped in the vehicle and began putting out the fire. After the vehicle was extinguished, the victim was confirmed deceased. The fire department, police, Crawford County EMS, and Kansas Highway Patrol responded, and there were no other occupants with Nathan, and it's unknown why he left the road. USD 250 Monday night sent a news release to families and staff following the crash, saying, quote, "It is with heavy hearts that we share the passing of Nathan Brown, a senior at PHS. Nathan was involved in a fatal car accident on the evening of December 23, 2024. Nathan was a vital piece of our school community, and we know this loss may raise many emotions, concerns, and questions for our entire district, especially our students. Additional counseling and support will be available to our students and staff upon the return to school on January 6th, end quote. And to be the first to see breaking news, whether in sports, you can download the KOAM News app. It's available free of charge in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Just search for the KOAM News app. A recent survey by Bankrate says 33% of Americans admit to regifting something they weren't totally in love with. KOAM's Lonnie Walton goes to Joplin's North Park Mall to see how some of you feel.
A couple of people that have everything, don't want anything, or so they say.
Tim Kumbauer is a Joplin resident who says he's shopping for those hard-to-convince loved ones.
You know, there's always that person or people that are just impossible to find anything for.
And that can be a problem for some. What if he gets a gift his loved one doesn't like? Should that person re-gift and give to someone else? One shopper says it all depends.
It depends on what it is. If it's like a sentimental gift, then no. But if it's something you don't want, then yeah.
And yes is what we've been hearing all day.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I do, absolutely. Yep, as long as it's not open and it's still sealed. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I do it, so.
One customer says regifting is okay, but she's a good present picker.
Regifting's okay, but they're gonna like it.
And we even found a customer who advised us on how to do it the right way.
You have to make a note as to who gave it to you. because that could be a problem.
Although most of our customers believe in gift-free shopping, we found one that says that he doesn't believe in gift-free shopping, and if it happens to him, you better watch out.
We don't do that. If she don't like it, we just re-gift her.
And for Tim, even if he gets the wrong gift for his hard-to-convince loved one, he says he's all in for regifting.
I think you're going to be careful who you re-gift from and to, but yeah, I think that's better than them just sitting there, like I said, in a box.
Reporting in Joplin, I'm Lonnie Walton, KOAM News.
Also, according to the Bankrate survey, 43% of Americans say they have unused gift cards. However, only 8% have regifted them. And those are our top news stories this half hour. Coming up next, Rafi Andonian joins us this morning to shed a little light on the annual White House Christmas tree lighting. And later, Charlene stopped by the studio to share a scrumptious brownie recipe just in time for Christmas dinner. You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. Well, today on Christmas Eve, 101 years ago, was the first lighting of the national Christmas tree at the White House. Well, here to share more about the annual tradition started by President Coolidge is celebrity historian Rafi Andonian. Good morning.
Good morning.
Merry Christmas to you.
Merry
Happy
Christmas
to have you.
To you. Even bought
Oh,
candy cane
there we
for
go.
you.
Thank you. Thank you. How are you doing this morning?
Good. Now, the candy cane was designed in part to be able to hang on a Christmas tree, and I know that's our topic here. Yeah, you could try to hang it on this mini guy over there. I don't know.
Probably not.
But the first national Christmas tree, as you said, was 101 years ago.
Yes.
President Calvin Coolidge lights it up. 2,500 lights. 48 feet tall, and like anything in DC, and like anything in DC, there's a lot of lobbying involved.
Right.
So, for example, a local community city leader, a DC leader, had an idea to try to do a Christmas tree at the White House that was thoroughly representative, as she put it, to represent the national character, to be large and representative, right? That was one idea. Another idea was the president of Vermont's Middlebury College, which is Coolidge's home state in Vermont, started to lobby the Vermont senator to try to get something in D.C. Well, those two things came together and got to Coolidge's attention, both him and the First Lady, and they allowed the Christmas tree to be there. Now, another piece that came into it was the New York City electricity people, because they wanted to show off the wonders of electricity. Remember, it's 1923, electricity is a new phenomenon. So with a push of a button, he's able to just light up the Christmas tree and show off progress in electricity.
And starting a tradition for 100 years
as well. And it also represents American character, because remember, we're talking about the roaring 20s, where you're trying to show American progress, American advancement.
Yes.
And that ties into the story of the Christmas tree as well. Now, it's not the only Christmas tree tradition we have.
Right.
For example, you have the Christmas tree that's lit up inside the White House. That's a separate thing. That started about 30 years prior to Coolidge under Benjamin Harrison. Or we might think of the national ornament that was started by Ronald Reagan in the 1980s. So there are different elements of traditions at different points, but the huge Christmas tree in the White House outside is started by Calvin Coolidge 101 years ago today.
How fascinating is that? Now, talk to me briefly, just really quick, about how the Christmas tree even just got started and was adopted in America.
It comes with German immigrants. It's really a German tradition. Now, here's something you may not know about that tradition, that when we think of as ornaments, think about the colors. They're usually red, green, gold maybe. Well, they used to put up apples in Germany. Red, green, and gold apples to represent the Garden of Eden. And that's the origin of Christmas trees. It's really a German thing, with German immigrants comes to the United States in the late part of the 19th century, when you have an influx of German immigrants in the United States. They bring that tradition with them, and the United States adopts that Christmas tree pattern ourselves. Immigrant influence in the United States is one of our big classic traditions.
Fantastic. Well, as always, thank you so much, Rafi, for being with us this morning. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News, 7:18 now on this Tuesday, Christmas Eve morning. We've got showers still hanging on in roughly the southern half of our immediate viewing area here. We'll start in southwest Missouri. Move this up just a little to the north, so now showers just southeast of Lamar, still in the southeastern corner of Barton County, stretching along 160 to Greenfield. Then you head down 49 and I-44, and you get Carthage, Joplin, Neosho, Monette, Mount Vernon, Cassville, Seligman, Pineville, Anderson, all the way down to Bentonville. So you kind of get the idea. We got widespread rain on this side. Then we head back into southeast Kansas, Chautauqua County, a couple of sprinkles in the far southeastern corner still. A couple around Independence, some rain in Coffeyville along 166 all the way back down to the state line. Baxter Springs, Riverton, Galena, Columbus, Oswego, Coffeyville again, getting in on some showers still. And then down in northeastern Oklahoma, a little hit and miss at this point. Miami, you've got some showers rolling out. Grove, you are dry. Veneta, you are dry. Newada, you're kind of surrounded by it. Back toward Bartlesville and Ochaleta. So we've got showers out there. And they're continuing to kind of back build just to the west of Washington County. Most of the activity in our areas, you can see, is already beginning to die out, and it's going to continue to lift off to the east, northeast, and there's heavier showers along the I-40 corridor, and they are beginning to die out as well, rolling off almost due east at this point. So for us, we'll see the showers continue a little longer, and they'll begin to clear out from west to east as we head into the afternoon and evening hours. Now, depending on how quickly that clears out, could get at least some clearing in our far northwestern counties, maybe not in time for some sunshine, but a little bit of clearing takes place before the clouds retreat back to the northwest, and we are left with cloudy skies and chilly temperatures as we start our Christmas Day into the 30s and 40s out there. Christmas Day, dry for the most part, cloudy, maybe a sprinkle or two out there, a little drizzle here and there, but nothing too crazy across the region. Our better rain chances will begin to return as we head into Thursday with a few showers, maybe a rumble of thunder here or there rolling into the area early Thursday morning. Temperatures right now, it is cloudy, it is rainy in Joplin, 48, feels like 46, northeast breeze at 5. The Highway 54 corridor is where the coldest air has really been so far this morning, 39 in Iola, otherwise low 40s, and then outside of that zone, you're looking more at the mid and upper 40s. Through the morning we go, temperatures hovering out there, showers continuing. This is similar to yesterday with the cloud cover, and we'll make upper 40s, low 50s for highs. Showers coming to an end again later today. Northeast winds 5 to 10. Cloudy skies this evening and overnight. A slow drop in temperatures, eventually low to mid 40s, and maybe some patchy fog tonight into tomorrow morning. If you're traveling, we're going to go more on the local level here. I-44 from St. Louis to Oklahoma City, rain and cloudy skies to deal with. Dry Kansas City, Omaha, points north in Wichita, but a little colder, Omaha 37. Rain down into Arkansas as well, Fayetteville, Little Rock out there. So do remember to keep that in mind. Christmas Day itself, highs, upper 40s, low 50s, cloudy skies, and again, maybe some drizzle here or there. Outside of that, warmer air returns by Thursday into the weekend. Great weekend out there. Some rain chances Thursday, Friday. Cold front still gets here Monday evening, drops our temperatures, and as we head into 2025, we could be looking at our first round of real wintry weather. Still several days away, but just something to keep an eye on. Let's check your forecast. We're back with more right after this.
Welcome back. Our good friend Charlene Patton from the Kansas Soybean Commission joins us this morning with a delicious looking recipe. We're making chocolate loaded brownies, perfect for Christmas Eve.
It is a treat Santa will love to have.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's right. Well, these brownies, we're starting out with soy flour blend and granulated sugar. We have 2/3 cup of each of these in here. And the recipe for the soy flour blend is on our website, but it's easy to remember because it's 1 cup of soy flour and 7 cups for our station here of all-purpose flour. Put that in your canister and you can use that for everything.
Easy.
So we take 1 cup and I'll mix this. You're going to add the cocoa, and that's 1/4 cup of cocoa that we're adding in here of our baking cocoa, and then a little bit of salt and baking powder we'll add in, and then we'll add in 2 eggs. This is just a basic brownie recipe, but it's going to be loaded with some ingredients here, and just goes to show you how easy it is to make brownies. A great recipe for kids to get started in the kitchen. Now we have our margarine, and I believe that's 6 tablespoons here. I'll make sure there, And margarine, of course, is another soy ingredient. And when you look at margarine in the grocery store and you are selecting one, you're doing baking, use one that has a higher oil content. So, all right, now we have our chocolate morsels.
All right.
We have, the total recipe is a half a cup,
Okay.
but we're using a fourth of a cup right now of each one. We have semi-sweet, milk chocolate, and then the white ones there.
Delicious.
And we'll stir that in, and that makes our loaded brownies. All right. Then we will put this in a greased, and this is like an 8-inch greased baking pan.
Okay.
We'll put that in there, let that bake at 350. Use a wooden pick to check and see. You want a few
Sure.
crumbs on it so that you don't dry out the brownies on there. When it comes out of the oven, then we have a fourth of a cup of each one of these again. We'll sprinkle that on top, let them sit for about 5 minutes, and then swirl them with a knife. And that kind of makes a lovely chocolate coating on top.
Fantastic. Well, Charlene, if people want to find this recipe for these delicious brownies, where can they do so?
They can go to our website at kansassoybeans.org. We have all the December recipes, or you can call our 800 number, 877-KS-SOYBEAN, and we'll mail you all the recipes. And as a bonus, we've showed this recently, but if you don't have it, you'll want to get the 2024 Kansas Wheat Commission recipe book. It includes some of our soy recipes. But I wanted to mention that for all you bakers out there, there's still a few weeks that you can enter for the 2025 contest, win prizes, and one of the categories is for quick breads, one for yeast breads, but you get extra point for creative ingredients. So include those soy ingredients and get some extra points.
Wonderful. Well, Charlene, thanks so much for being with us this morning, and Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas.
Stick around. We'll be right back.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. It's currently 7:31. I'm Elise Snowy. Bourbon County Commissioners last night approved some plans relating to the new Freeman Health System location in Fort Scott. The location will open by June 1st. The county plans to donate some medical equipment to the hospital, such as scales, ultrasound systems, incubators, x-ray systems, and more. Now, the ER location and an acute care hospital will be inside the Old Mercy building. The Coffeyville Public Library hosted a special winter break party for some area kids. It included holiday photos, hot cocoa, cookies, and games. This free event gave kids the opportunity to take part in seasonal fun activities close to home, and it can be fun for the library staff as well.
To me, it's just the spirit of the season. I like doing this kind of thing. I love to see the kids smile and laugh and just be able to have a good time. There's not enough opportunities for joy for some of the kids, especially around here, and I think it's important to give them more of those.
The library says they try to provide free events all year for area children. And the Nevada Public Library also got in on the spirit of the holiday yesterday. Visitors to the library took part in a family fun day, a mini workshop designed to create handmade gifts. Kids, teens, and families were invited.
We invited families to join us for a holiday crafts and snacks event. We do this every year in hopes that families will find one of the days out from the school year break to just stop by the library, have some fun crafts and some snacks. And this year we even invited kids to make crafts that they can gift.
The library says the event provided a fun way for kids to take something home with them. Well, yesterday, the Neosho Farmers Market debuted the Christmas Table Market. Now, the event follows the success of last month's Thanksgiving Table Market. Now, once again, the community could take advantage of an opportunity to get pre-ordered holiday meal dishes, such as entrees, sides, desserts, baked goods, and more, as well as shop for last-minute items for the family dinner table.
So like One Tree Farm, they're over by Seneca. They do a fantastic job. They do a fresh lemon curd they make homemade every single week, and they use their fresh eggs from their own farm and fresh lemons. And it's just a thing that you can use on yogurt parfaits we use in our store to just using our own house on different stuff, and it's amazing what they can do with their fresh ingredients.
Shoppers could also enjoy a variety of market favorite ready-to-eat and drink items while they shopped. Now let's head over to Chris for a look at the forecast.
A look outside from our camera downtown Pittsburgh. Still got the wet roadways out there. Still some light showers falling also in about the southern half of our area. MoDOT camera 20th in range line looking back to the east. Again, wet roads as the rain continues to fall across the Joplin area. And it is slowly moving off to the east northeast. You can see these showers now starting to either fall apart or begin to lift off out from Osage County into our neck of the woods here. Heavier showers down to our south. Those are also beginning to die out. And that will be the trend. The showers will begin to die out from west to east as we head through the morning and into the afternoon and evening hours. Now, if it moves out fast enough, some of our northwestern counties, again, could get brief periods of clear skies before these clouds retreat back to the northwest and bring cloudy skies to us all. 48 in Joplin right now. A little colder now in Pittsburgh, down to 42. And the colder air had been kind of settling right along the 54 corridor, where it's still 39 in Iola. But you can see we've got some cooler air dipping a little further south, but the bulk of the region still into the mid to upper 40s out there as we get this day underway. All right, showers again through the morning, chances dwindling as we head into the afternoon. We'll have cloudy skies tonight, highs upper 40s, low 50s, and then we'll have some clouds and patchy fog tonight as well into Christmas morning. We'll talk about your travel forecast and Christmas Day here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, thanks. We'll see you soon. And while Chris tracks your weather, we have a way you can track Santa. The Santa Tracker lets you track St. Nick as he makes his trip across the country. You can also check out the fun and games at the North Pole Village. Just head over to KOAMnewsnow.com/Santa. And that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. An Alaskan woman uses a little holiday magic to transform her living room into a Christmas village. In Consumer Watch this morning, two titans of Japanese car making are set to join with aims to become one of the world's top auto manufacturers. Honda and Nissan have confirmed they're working on plans toward a merger. Also, Nissan Alliance member Mitsubishi Motors will join the talks of a new partnership. Now, the merger would create the world's third largest automaker. The news comes as Japanese manufacturers have struggled to keep pace in making electric cars. The new alliance would create a single entity worth $50 billion. Well, health officials bump up an egg recall to the highest risk level. The FDA marked Handsome Brook Farm eggs with a Category 1 recall for salmonella, meaning there is reasonable probability that the product could cause serious health issues or even death if consumed. Now, illnesses have been reported yet. Handsome Brooks Farm says the recalled eggs were not meant to be distributed as retail, but were shipped with retail packaging by accident. Well, holiday travel kicked off for families ahead of what's expected to be one of the busiest years. Fox's Brooke Taylor is in Dallas with the latest.
The travel rush is officially on. With Christmas just 2 days away, millions of Americans are heading to the roads and the skies, making their way home for the holidays.
I remember last Christmas waiting in the line to get through TSA. It was 2 hours and it was at 4 in the morning. So I decided that I would come very early.
Major metro areas throughout the state will have extra congestion, holiday travelers hitting the road trying to get to their destination.
Travel experts at AAA expect a record-breaking number of Americans to travel this holiday break.
There was a lot going on, and it didn't help that we were a little bit behind because of delays, but we're here. It was a great vacation.
An estimated 119 million people are expected to travel at least 50 miles from home over the 12-day stretch before Christmas and after New Year's. That's more than 3 million more travelers than last year, topping the previous record high set 5 years ago, pre-pandemic.
Come early. Super early.
And Monday, December 23rd could be the busiest of all.
I usually like to get here pretty decently early.
But with added crowds come added risks. Insurance companies nationwide warn it's also the most dangerous day to drive.
Don't risk it. Don't push it because you just have this
mind that I have to get there no matter what.
And if you're planning on driving this holiday season, a little bit of good news for you. The national average for gas is some of its lowest since the pre-pandemic numbers. In Dallas, I'm Brooke Taylor, Fox News.
And that's a look at Consumer Watch. Let's take a look at the market prices before the opening bell. In Consumer Watch this morning, two titans of Japanese car making are set to join with aims to become one of the world's top auto manufacturers. Honda and Nissan have confirmed they're working on plans toward a merger. Also, Nissan Alliance member Mitsubishi Motors will join the talks of a new partnership. Now, the merger would create the world's third largest automaker. The news comes as Japanese manufacturers have struggled to keep pace in making electric cars. The new alliance would create a single entity worth $50 billion. Well, health officials bump up an egg recall to the highest risk level. The FDA marked Handsome Brook Farm eggs with a Category 1 recall for salmonella, meaning there is reasonable probability that the product could cause serious health issues or even death if consumed. Now, illnesses have been reported yet. Handsome Brooks Farm says the recalled eggs were not meant to be distributed as retail, but were shipped with retail packaging by accident. Well, holiday travel kicked off for families ahead of what's expected to be one of the busiest years. Fox's Brooke Taylor is in Dallas with the latest.
The travel rush is officially on. With Christmas just 2 days away, millions of Americans are heading to the roads and the skies, making their way home for the holidays.
I remember last Christmas waiting in the line to get through TSA. It was 2 hours and it was at 4 in the morning. So I decided that I would come very early.
Major metro areas throughout the state will have extra congestion, holiday travelers hitting the road trying to get to their destination.
Travel experts at AAA expect a record-breaking number of Americans to travel this holiday break.
There was a lot going on, and it didn't help that we were a little bit behind because of delays, but we're here. It was a great vacation.
An estimated 119 million people are expected to travel at least 50 miles from home over the 12-day stretch before Christmas and after New Year's. That's more than 3 million more travelers than last year, topping the previous record high set 5 years ago, pre-pandemic.
Come early. Super early.
And Monday, December 23rd could be the busiest of all.
I usually like to get here, pretty decently early.
But with added crowds come added risks. Insurance companies nationwide warn it's also the most dangerous day to drive.
Don't risk it. Don't push it because you just have this mind that I have to get there no matter what.
And if you're planning on driving this holiday season, a little bit of good news for you. The national average for gas is some of its lowest since the pre-pandemic numbers. In Dallas, I'm Brooke Taylor, Fox News.
And that's a look at Consumer Watch. Let's take a look at the market prices before the opening bell.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News, 7:44 on this Tuesday, Christmas Eve morning. Skywatch Storm Tracker still showers across a good portion of the southern half of our viewing area. We're going to start into Missouri, Carthage, Neosho, Pineville, Anderson, Cassville, Monette, Mount Vernon. Can't get the idea. Still a good number of showers across southwestern Missouri. They're stretching up toward Greenfield and into the southern portions of Barton County. So that, of course, includes Jasper and I-49 from Jasper down into Bentonville. On the Kansas side, starting to dry out. A couple of sprinkles here and there. We still have some showers exiting Coffeyville, getting ready to roll back into Oswego, Columbus, Baxter Springs, Riverton, and staying right now at least just south of Pittsburgh. Back into Oklahoma, Miami, you're in a break. Veneta, you are as well. A little shower over Grove in the Grand Lake area right now. And then back toward Nowata, Bartlesville, Chelsea, still have some additional showers out there. Starting to push off to the east, northeast is what they're attempting to do. We had some redevelopment just kind of cycling back here in Osage County, but that's now starting to push on out. Heavier rain's really been to our south, but even that's beginning to come to an end, and the heavier showers along I-40 starting to wrap up a bit. They're becoming a little more consolidated as they roll through Fort Smith and points to the east. For us, we're going to start to see these showers ending from west to east as we head through the afternoon into the evening. Could even have some brief periods of partly cloudy skies in some of our northwestern counties out there. Not in time to see the sun, but at least there will be some brief clearing. The clouds will retreat back northwest late this evening. We'll go cloudy overnight tonight and into Christmas morning. Bit chilly, 30s and 40s to start. Christmas Day looking pretty, honestly, a little bit bland in terms of the weather. We're going to be cloudy. It's going to be cool. Could have some drizzle, maybe a sprinkle here or there, but otherwise we should be dry, just kind of looking outside. Rain chances, better rain chances anyway, return as we head into our Thursday across the area. Right now in Joplin, it is cloudy. We got some showers still going on. Roads are wet. It is 48, feeling like 46 with a northeast breeze at about 5. Cooler air still in our northern sections of our area, trying to sink a little further south. So you got 42 in Pittsburgh, 39 in Iola. So we got low 40s north and then mid and upper 40s as you head a little further to the south. Showers through the morning, temperatures just hovering, really similar to what they did yesterday, this time into the upper 40s. Ultimately, highs today will go upper 40s, maybe some low 50s. We'll get those showers coming to an end with northeast winds around 5 to 10. Into Christmas Eve, we actually go. Cloudy skies, maybe some patchy fog tonight into tomorrow morning. Low 40s out there. If you are traveling on the local level, rain today from St. Louis to Oklahoma City, pretty much along the I-44 corridor, and points to the southeast. That's including Fayetteville, Little Rock. Now, Wichita, not bad. Kansas City, Omaha, chilly. Cold Omaha, 37 for the high. Our Christmas, again, cloudy, maybe some sprinkles or a little bit of drizzle. Otherwise, dry, upper 40s, low 50s for those highs. We head into Thursday. Temperatures warming up. Got a nice weekend ahead of us. Rain chances Thursday and Friday. Cold front still coming in Monday night. And as we head into 2025, we could be looking at our first winter weather event, but we're still several days away. Just something to keep in mind for next Thursday. Let's check your forecast. We're back with more right after this.
Well, they say it takes a village, but in this case, it took one Anchorage woman to build a village.
And it's full of Christmas magic. John Thompson reports.
Coming through here would be more of Anchorage. And then coming up this way would be Girdwood with the skiers.
Meet Terry Lane, a woman whose Anchorage home embodies the Christmas spirit.
I started watching a YouTube video a year ago, Miriam's Manor, and I was seeing how she was taking styrofoam and making mountains and rivers and lakes and stuff like that for her Christmas village. And that really intrigued me.
What started as a 4x4-foot project now encompasses half of Lane's living room, a full 14 feet long.
I grew up in Homer. So I wanted that portion of the Christmas village for the harbor to be in it, and then moved to Anchorage, went to college here in Anchorage, and I've spent a lot of time skiing in Girdwood.
Highlighting Homer, Anchorage, and Mount Alyeska, Lane's looking to share her favorite places with the rest of the world, competing in a contest with entries from Germany, Holland, Canada, and more.
Doing a Christmas village here in Alaska is a little difficult as far as getting your supplies, the shipping, or they flat refuse to ship certain items.
But Lane found a way, spending a copious amount of time and money to transform her living room. She also received support from her family.
My daughters painted several of the items for me, so it was kind of a good time for us to bond together.
And while already an impressive structure, Lane's looking to continue building.
It's a passion now of mine is to make things. And next year I'd like to make maybe even some more of the buildings themselves, some log cabins and stuff like that.
Radiating Christmas love and spirit from the comfort of her own home.
Certainly an impressive build. My goodness, that's just amazing.
I can't even imagine the time and the effort, but I mean,
I've built some things in my life, but not to that extent.
It looks incredible.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah. You know what's not amazing? Our weather. So we're not going to talk about it. I'm kidding. We have to tell you. We do have some rain continuing out there, and it will start to wrap up as we head into the afternoon and evening. In fact, the future track just updated. We must have made it just in time. Look at how many fewer showers we have even by noon, and that makes sense because looking at the Skywatch Storm Tracker, these showers seem to be dying out a little faster than what future track was showing earlier, and it is now caught up. So we'll see showers clearing out by this afternoon. We'll be left with maybe some clearing for parts of our western counties, but that will be short-lived. The clouds will retreat back to the northwest, leaving us mostly cloudy, just plain old cloudy overnight tonight into Christmas. Now, Christmas Day, it's going to be chilly, it's going to be dreary, it's going to be cloudy, maybe some drizzle, maybe a sprinkle here or there. I think for the most part we should be dry, but it otherwise is going to be pretty chilly. Better rain chances, though, will start to return as we head into Thursday morning. So if you're heading out of town and coming back Thursday, just be aware we're expecting a few more showers throughout the day on Thursday. We'll have one more look at your forecast and the news you need to know here in just a moment.
Well, here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. Authorities in Joplin arrest Timothy Adams after a standoff yesterday in Joplin. Around 2 yesterday afternoon, they surrounded a home in the Fairview neighborhood. Gas was used to drive Adams and a woman from the home. He was wanted on felony warrants in Barton and Jasper County and also felony probation and parole warrants. A single vehicle crash claims the life of a Pittsburgh High School senior, Nathan Brown. The crash happened yesterday evening on South Rouse near Adams Street. According to the Pittsburgh Fire Department, the vehicle driven by Brown was traveling north when it left the roadway and struck a tree, catching on fire. Fire crews extinguished the flames and confirmed that Brown was deceased at the scene. There were no other occupants with Nathan, and it is unknown why he left the road. And Bourbon County Commissioners approved some plans relating to the new Freeman Health System location in Fort Scott last night. The location will open by June 1st, and the county plans to donate some medical equipment to the hospital. The ER location and an acute care hospital will be inside the Old Mercy building.
We've got those showers. They should be wrapping up by this afternoon. Highs upper 40s, low 50s. Northeast breeze 5 to 10 miles an hour. Clouds stick around and build back in overnight. Back into the low to mid 40s. Some patchy fog possible as well, but the rain will be done. As we head into Christmas Day, cloudy, maybe some drizzle or a couple of sprinkles. Otherwise, just kind of dreary, upper 40s, low 50s. Warming up through the weekend. Rain Thursday and Friday. And then that cold front Monday. And we go into the 2025 year, could have some wintry weather by next Thursday, so something to keep an eye on.
For sure. Well, Santa Claus departed on his sleigh from his hometown on the Arctic Circle yesterday. Before beginning his round-the-world trip, Santa greeted the crowd that has gathered in Santa Claus Village, located in northern Finland.
Wishing everyone present and those viewing the live stream online a happy Christmas, Santa set off in his reindeer-driven sleigh, waving to the crowd as he left. Earlier, he told children listening that if you can be quite good almost all the time, don't worry about the gifts. Remember, he's making that list.
Just checking it twice.
He will know who's naughty and who's nice.
Guess we'll find out tomorrow.
We will. If I wake up and I have no presents, then I'll know how I sat for the year. Well, thank you all so much for letting us put the good into your morning. We're back with more news and weather today at noon.
Have a great rest of your morning.